places. But the first occurrence is the assurance to Moses that God will be with him. I will be with you, with you. Now, when you take that into consideration, when looking at what God's name means, the implication of that name, it's this. Asher I will be who I will be, in context, suggests that what it implies is that he is the God who is with you. He's with Moses. He's with the Israelites. And of course, he's with us as well.
Let's stop it right there. All right. I had to stop it. We start getting into rhetoric. We're going to start getting into lostness. Now, I got it. What the fuck? Hold on. Now, Archangel Uriel, now, listen. I know about that verse. That's Exodus 3 something, whatever, like that, where he told Moses or whatever, this, that, and third, to go tell the Israelites something like that. So, how did y'all come to that? Now, this is a respectable Christian right here. So, how did y'all come to that conclusion? Now, this video ain't gonna be too long because I'm in the middle of a few NATO chart readings and shit like that. So this ain't gonna be too long. But goddamn, in the middle of listening to this, I just had to stop it and start recording for a second. Like, all right, so at Archangel Uriel, let me give y'all a clear perspective of what this passage means. Now, before we get into it, this is what you need to understand first and foremost. The Bible teaches you how to talk to yourself, because the Bible is about a spirit or God or whatever y'all want to call it talking to itself or talking to itself. The problem is you got certain people amongst the earth that's trying to interpret it in ways to make you think that these prophets or these people are talking to things outside of themselves. First of all, that's the first problem. So don't be listening to no theologians and shit like this motherfucker, because before they even jump that hurdle, what they need to understand is this. Whatever prophet or whatever angel or whatever God told Moses to tell the Israelites, whatever to do, whatever the Israelites were supposed to do, there was no way to determine that Moses wasn't talking to himself anyway. There was no way in these times to determine that these prophets wasn't talking to themselves anyway. So regardless if you want to believe they was talking to something outside of themselves, or even if you want to believe they was talking to themselves, at the end of the day, the groupings of people that these prophets was going to give the message to, there was no way for these people to determine if this person wasn't talking to themselves or not. So that's what you got to get in your head first and foremost. Now let's get into the actual text. Now this is like the only time you hear in the Bible God describing itself. You see what I'm saying? Or I like to say, quote unquote, y'all spirit that y'all call God. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. And y'all think that one is the overall. But let's just put this in perspective for a second. Now, y'all think for the most part. Now, this is what you need to understand. When we're talking about I am that I am, remember that God was telling Moses, I am that I am, or whatever like that. For an example, this was Moses talking to himself. So at this time, these people, they probably was deifying their thoughts, deifying certain ideas and concepts at this time. And we're going to break that down also. But what you need to understand is, when it quote unquote wrote in the scripture saying that when Moses was like, who should I tell him who sent me? And the voice said, or the thing that came to Moses said, I am that I am. Okay, if you are unaware of yourself and you don't know yourself, right? You say, I am. I'm this, right? I'm that. So if you're talking to voices in your head and a voice say, I am that I am, if you, the I am, is telling you that I'm that. I am that I am. So if when you sit back and be like, okay, I am, and then you ask the voices in your head, who are you? Right? It's saying, I am that I am. So when you say I am, that's you. It's saying I'm you, motherfucker. It's saying I'm you. So whatever Moses went to go tell the Israelites, he told his goddamn self to tell the Israelites that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what y'all need to get. That's what y'all clearly need to get understand. Because if you religious people really felt that way, then y'all shouldn't have no problem with me saying I'm Archangel Uriel. Why I can't say I'm Archangel Uriel without you theologians coming at me saying I'm not that, saying y'all don't know who I'm talking to or where I'm receiving messages from, but yet y'all follow somebody who did this way before your time and someone you don't even know. You're not part of their family or nothing. You see what I'm saying? So you got to clearly understand that also. And for the most part, if you really, really want to ask me, I want to say, thoughts and ideas and the concepts that's in men. I like to say that's the daughters of men. So, when you got a spirit, right? When you got a spirit possessing or acting as a voice or being in somebody's head, leading them to do things, I like to say that's probably like what demons do, right? But y'all don't hear me though, do y'all? Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.